Welcome to Hangover Reviews. Today's review is on the Indiana Jones trilogy. The first of the series is Raiders of the Lost Ark. Set in 1936, this action-adventure movie introduces us to the character of Indiana Jones, the world's coolest scientist, and takes us to Egypt in a race against the Nazis to uncover the Ark of the Covenant. With a very classic style, Raiders has elements of films like Casablanca, as well as the action serials of the 30s and 40s that both Spielberg and Lucas loved to draw from. Like those serials, this movie is a lot of fun, and has a great Lois Lane style female lead in Marion, played by Karen Allen. The Nazis in this movie are very Nazi. That's good though, suits the tone of this film to have some over the top evil characters in there. John Williams did the score for this series, that's all I really need to say about that, it's amazing. As far as action adventures go, this film is pretty good for a hangover. Even the action sequences are pretty light and fun. I don't know, I'm making this up as I go. There is 2 separate drinking contests in this movie. They're pretty brief though, and they're played for laughs, so it should be okay. Next up is Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. This movie is set in 1935, making it a prequel. It follows Indiana Jones and his sidekick Short Round and a singer they picked up along the way called Willie Scott in their attempts to take down a cult in India and return a sacred stone to a village. When talking about prequels that are actually good, this is almost always the first one that gets brought up. That's because it retains almost everything that's great about the first one, and also brings in a few elements that are unique to itself. It still has Spielberg directing, it still has the John Williams score, and it still has Harrison Ford being the coolest man on the planet. It also retains all the fun and exciting action, and even adds a little bit more of that. This film also succeeds at something that a lot of films have failed at over the years. It has a child in it that isn't annoying. Short Round's amazing. Maybe that's just because he's next to one of the most annoying characters that's ever appeared on screen though. Willie Scott is a much less interesting character than Marion, and as Indy says in the film, the trouble with her is the noise. We're not sinking! We're crashing! I would love to see a film about an adult Short Round carrying on the legacy of his mentor, Dr. Jones. So that's who it should have been in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, not his son or whatever. Why is Harrison Ford always in rooms that are trying to crush him? And why is he always in plane crashes? This film opens on a pretty long musical sequence. You might think you put the wrong movie in if you haven't seen it before. And then there's no time for love as it moves pretty quickly into a loud action sequence that involves a gong being shot at. Later on there's a scene where all kinds of disgusting things get eaten. There's beetles and monkey brains and eyeballs, and then there's this guy cuts open a snake and there's live snakes in it, and then he eats the live snakes. If I got that in a restaurant I'd be like, snakes? It'd have to be snakes. Anyway, all in all, it's not great for a hangover, especially with Willie just screaming constantly. It's not the best. Last in the trilogy is the aptly named Last Crusade. This film starts off with an adventure of the young Indiana Jones. Not the young Indiana Jones adventures, just young Indiana Jones adventure. This is where we learn the origins of his hat and his whip and his fear of snake puppets. Somehow he didn't develop a fear of robbing tombs. Then we cut to 1938 and a grown-up Dr. Jones sets off on a hunt for his missing father and the Holy Grail. And he must answer 3 questions to cross the Bridge of Death. Oh no, that's a different film. He just has to do 3 tests of such lethal cunning that... No, just such lethal cunning. It's weird. Again, this film manages to keep the fun and excitement of the first 2. Again, same director, same composer, same lead actor. This time Indy is joined by his father, Professor Henry Jones, played by Sean Connery, and his colleague, Ilsa Schneider, which is a lot of fun to say in a Sean Connery voice. Ilsa is a lot less annoying than Willie, but not as cool as Marion. I think this series should be commended for having 3 very unique and different female characters rather than just homogenous female archetypes. Harrison Ford does do a very poor Scottish accent in this film, but to be fair, so does Sean Connery. We named the dog Indiana. Just for anybody watching that's never been to Scotland, nobody talks like that. I don't know where he got that accent. Have you ever noticed in a film when somebody's playing Hitler, they always look exactly like Hitler? This one is actually really good for a hangover. Again, the action sequences are light and fun, and there's not as many as there are in the other 2. That's all I can really say about this one. I said trilogy. Okay, fine, I tried to review it, but when I put the disc in, an old knight appeared on the screen and said, "You chose poorly." Shut your eyes, don't look at it, don't look at it. I don't even know why they made that film. Well, I do. Fortune and glory. Fortune mostly. Under normal circumstances, I would say watch Raiders of the Lost Ark, but if you've seen them all before and you're just looking for something fun to watch with a hangover, go with Last Crusade. That's the review for this week. If you enjoyed it, subscribe for a new video every Sunday. And if you have something that I can review, leave it in the comments or tweet me at Hangover Reviews. Have a good hangover.